Previously on TV Tuners.
Swanson, you're a loose cannon. Turn in your badge and gun right now.
He made you suck?
Whoa, I don't want any trouble, boys.
I've had enough of this shit! Oh no! A bomb! And now, TV Tuners.
Hi there, folks, and welcome to TV Tuners, a television podcast for the true fanatics. It's a weekly dive into the latest in TV news and reviews. With me, as always, is my co-host and trusted supplier, Stairmaster.
Oh, I forgot to come up with a thing to say this week, sorry.
And with us, as always, is our other co-host and undercover agent, Kiorein.
Hello, and I'm not undercover. I'm trustworthy. I'm a criminal just like you are.
That's what they all say.
Please don't insinuate me. No, really.
Look, he's got a badge that says crime on it.
Oh, well, gotta believe that, I guess, yeah. Alright, well, yeah, TV Tuners, we watch the very best in television. Boys, it's that time of the season. The turkey's almost done.
It's been cooking for so long.
Yeah, I'm deep frying a turkey right now in the kitchen, and it's going great. I haven't checked on it in a while, but I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
It's completely black, Swanson. It's gone.
What?
Oh.
But that was the only.
Uh-oh.
That was the only. It was the only turkey we had.
What are we gonna do?
No, we're gonna have to go on a midnight turkey adventure.
Oh boy. Well, let's do that after the podcast.
Wait, is that just breaking and entering, Keo?
Yeah, we go into a turkey farm and we steal a turkey and then we leave with it.
Yeah, live turkey, and it's gonna take us all morning to get that thing ready, but it'll be worth it.
Yeah, think of the fun story we'll have to tell.
You mean the police?
I mean, if you want to be negative about it, sure.
Are the police really gonna come after us for one stolen turkey?
I mean, it's Thanksgiving. Aren't they busy?
Yeah, they're like busy
Solving crimes.
Arresting turkeys. That's why they always get pardoned.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Did you guys watch anything interesting this week?
No.
I watched a man staring off into the distance forlornly.
I rewatched Bodyguard in its entirety.
Oh yeah, last week got you pumped.
Yes. Absolutely.
How many times did you say,
Sorry,
Mom?
About 5.
Oh wow,
Okay.
One for each episode.
Have you
All
watched
right.
any?
Any Bodyguard? No, I haven't watched any more of it.
Oh.
I will say last week's episode of The Good Place had a fight scene that was choreographed by the guy who did the Bourne trilogy.
Oh, I thought you... That is
What, the guy who did Bodyguard?
Yeah, I thought you were segueing.
That would have been really convenient.
Yeah, that would have been a real convenient one. Instead, it's just the Bourne trilogy, which I guess Stare doesn't give a shit about.
No, nobody cares anymore. They made those 2 shitty movies afterwards, and everyone got tired.
Well, yeah, this guy didn't make those ones.
Hey guys, I have a confession to make.
Are you Jason Bourne?
How did you know?
Just a guess. Just a hunch.
Well, you are being played by Matt Damon this week.
Yeah. Which is weird because, like, I did look ahead, and for a future week, you're supposed to be played by Jeremy Renner.
Oh, my.
Look, You gotta have a lot of actors to cover me, okay?
Is this why Keto was talking about mutant supremacy last week?
I think so.
Put him on the list.
Well, I don't want to be on any list.
It's too late.
Unless it's like a list to receive free stuff.
That's totally what this list is.
Yeah,
like free stuff that won't kill me, like bullets or something.
Oh, well, we'll put this bracelet around your head, and it will prevent you from using any sort of mutant power
that you might or may not have.
I don't think I want that.
Well, I mean, we'll just do it as a precaution.
Yeah. Get him, Swanson.
Yeah.
Oh no, now it's on my head.
That's weird.
You guys are not very good at your job. Now I'm gonna do this mutant plan.
Oh boy, he's doing his mutant thing.
Oh no, a bunch of things are rising from the ground into the sky.
Gross.
Yeah. That's gonna be really something for you to deal with.
All these buildings are crumbling. What an amazing visual spectacle. A perfect third act. Cataclysm.
Kyo, is Stairmaster okay? He seems a little weirded out since the brace got put on him.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I worry about him, but when you think about it, does it really matter what happens to him?
You're right.
No,
let's get on with the news.
The only way we're going to save the world is if we work together.
Nope, no cooperation. Well, what do you got, Swanson? What's the news? What's going on?
Well, it's been kind of a slow week because, Turkey Day is upon us.
Because the country of Turkey.
The country of Turkey is upon us.
Are we being invaded?
Yes.
By turkeys.
They got no-go zones in all of our cities now. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Recently in an interview, Mark Hamill revealed that he once pinched George Lucas on Boba Fett actually being his mother.
Mark Hamill's mother.
Well, yeah, not Luke Skywalker's mother, Mark Hamill's mother.
All right, I want you to expand on that, please.
All right, well, as he said in an interview, it seemed to me that after revealing that Vader was my father, they desperately wanted to top that, which you can't do. The audience is expecting the unexpected. I kept thinking that Boba Fett would take off his helmet, would take off the helmet, shake out her hair, and it's my mother.
Oh, so I thought Boba Fett was just like a man.
Well, to be fair, this was before he pitched this idea before Return of the Jedi, which before then he wasn't really.
He had one line of dialogue in Empire Strikes Back,
and it was and no one was like, "That's a guy, Boba Fett." Darth Vader wasn't like, "My man,
my dude." No disintegrations.
Yeah, I think that'd be trying way too hard to surprise the audience. I think at that point you would just shake your head, really.
Yeah, especially if immediately afterwards she got thrown into a Sarlacc pit.
Oh no!
He did admit in this interview that they got rid of him way too soon in the Return of the Jedi movie.
Mark Hamill's a total fanboy.
It's true. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it'd be okay, I guess. In terms of ideas, it's not the worst one I've ever heard.
What's the worst idea you've ever heard?
Regarding Star Wars?
Sure. Why not?
What if Luke's dad built C-3PO?
Yeah, that's probably... the worst one is, what if there's this race of aliens that lived underwater and were, vaguely racist?
Okay, what if there was this race of aliens that lived in the desert and were all about getting the best deals?
And some of them had big noses.
All of them had big noses.
That's probably the worst Star Wars idea I've heard.
You only take the boy.
All right, well, you didn't have to do the voice, but all right. You did it for us anyway. That's the Stairmaster guarantee.
Yeah. That's what people come to this podcast for.
Racism.
Racism. George Lucas's naked racism.
Ew.
Oh dear. That's one of his 70s
Is that a porno, or what's the story behind that?
Well, after making THX 1138, but before making American Graffiti, he had this idea for a film, and he titled it Naked Racism.
And it was going to be him, butt naked, talking about the issues of the day.
Oh, God.
Well, as you can see, I'm here with Martin Luther King, who's, I think, already dead by that point.
You know, he did an interview with Playboy.
Yeah, sure, a lot of people did.
Good for him.
What would they do? Like, put up a portrait of Martin Luther King and then just have a man behind it speaking?
Yeah, yes.
James Earl Jones.
I had a dream.
Oh, God. I'm so sorry, right. Mr. Jones, for putting you in this fictional scenario.
We're sorry if you're listening, Mr. Jones. All right. As you guys might have known, doing this podcast for a good bit now, the television execs, they love the idea of a reboot, of a good old revival of an old show.
What, old shows are coming back? Oh my God. That's going to be so nostalgic and fresh.
What is it?
And CBS has been jumping on this bandwagon by bringing back shows that no one remembers. You know, like Murphy Brown. You guys remember that show, right?
Isn't she like single or something?
She was a single mom in the original.
Wow!
Yeah. I guess we never watched the revival, but I've heard it's not good. And CBS is once again working on bringing back another show that people don't remember because it's not available to watch online.
That is the sole qualifier of whether people remember things or not.
Well, I mean, for us, yeah.
Oh.
That's yeah.
Fair
I mean,
enough.
It'd be much more helpful to remember something if it was available online.
Yeah.
They're bringing back Northern Exposure, which is apparently a critically acclaimed show that ran for
90
a good amount of time.
seasons.
Ran for a good amount of time in the 80s-ish.
The 1880s.
Yeah, I've never
to
once
the
heard of that
1980s.
in my entire life.
Yes, the execs at CBS want to develop a Northern Exposure revival that sees the titular character of Dr. Joel Fleischman as he returns to the small town of Sicily, Alaska.
Okay, how about this? What if this time he goes south? That's how you shake up the formula.
He goes to Mexico?
Yeah.
Meets up with some narcos, perhaps?
Yes. He's doing underground doctoring for the crime boys.
Yeah. I could get on that. Explain the premise of, well, I don't know. What do you guys think, based off of Northern Exposure? Does it make any sense? Like, what do you think when you hear that name?
It sounds like he goes out into the wilderness of Alaska and just dies of exposure.
I think he fights frost people.
Oh, that'd be cool. Northern Exposure involves a New York City native doctor who moves to Alaska and
why?
Adjusts to the trouble. He likes small town life. He's charmed by these small town yokels.
But why small town Alaska?
And he pays the ultimate price.
Yeah, he dies horribly.
My family! The Frost people! They've changed them.
Yeah. It's a wonderful, heart-wrenching show featuring people that I've never heard of, like Rob Morrow. Or
Susan Sarandon.
Janine Turner.
John
Earl
Jones.
You know, all these people that are very popular and that we've all heard of.
John Jones.
I don't know if there's anybody who's listening to this who's actually watched this show, but some insight would probably be nice, I guess. I don't know.
Please
I don't know
help
anything
us.
about this.
We need knowledge badly.
Oh, there's a theme song available with the show. Let's listen to this theme song real quick.
Yeah, Keo can recite it for the podcasting audience.
Yeah, Keo, just sing this theme song for me real quick.
This is gonna go really badly.
All right. We've got time to kill.
Bum 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 bum.
It sounds like...
This sounds like a Donkey Kong level.
It sounds like... Yes, I was going to say Sonic CD, but that's better. That sounds like from Yoshi's Island.
Oh, yeah. It sounds like a SNES game, pretty much.
I can't believe they're using such a lighthearted song for a dark show like this.
Yeah, about a guy who dies of exposure in the heart of Alaska.
And his family gets corrupted by frost people.
Anyway, I'm sure that revival of Northern Exposure will go well and everyone will remember it.
Like, the audience can't see it, but this theme song video on YouTube has a poster of him stuck in a bear trap crying out in agony as frost people are approaching him.
Yeah, and like, it's pretty gruesome.
Yeah, he's got a sawed-off shotgun, but it's only got one shell left.
Also, he looks like Bruce Campbell for some reason. All right. Well,
yeah, we'll put that in the closing music. That's my promise.
Okay. Anyway, Kiorain's got some facts or opinions. Hit the theme.
All right. Fact or opinion. You guys are going to pick whether or not what I say is a fact or opinion.
Mm-hmm.
The winner gets 10 million thank yous over the course of 10 million years.
Oh, so a thank you a year, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay, question number 1. Gold is not an element.
Opinion.
Fact.
So we already got a disagreement here. I want you guys to both explain your position on this.
It's a color.
There we go. All right. Swanson?
It's not an element, or it is an element. I don't remember.
Oh?
A bold strategy by Swanson. Let's see if it pays off.
And not remembering his own position. All right, well, Swanson, you're just dead wrong. Okay?
I mean, if it was an element, why would they name a Pokemon game after it? They do colors.
Yeah, exactly.
You
have no defense for yourself, do you, Swanson?
Like red?
I mean...
yellow? Ruby?
Ruby is also a gem.
Sapphire?
Also a gem.
Ruby is a color. Look it up.
Electric Pikachu Yellow Edition?
Yep.
Ruby was a gem before it was a color, Kiorein. What color is Ruby? Explain.
It's Ruby.
Oh, not just red?
There's a lot of different hues that can be described as reddish, Swanson. Ruby's a color, and I can prove it with science facts.
What's your favorite?
You lose the first question, Swanson.
What's your favorite
You're not
shade
getting
of
those
red?
thank yous.
Well, we'll see about that.
All right, next up. If you watch television for 3 years straight, you will become God.
Fact.
Ooh. Opinion.
Oh.
No man has ever accomplished such a feat. All our records only contain failures.
Well, okay,
but
well,
would
that
the
is
records,
a good point.
But would God make the records showcase that he could actually accomplish that feat?
Our ancient texts say, if you're God, you have to tell us.
Yeah, but who made those ancient texts? People following God's orders.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of evidence behind this theory that if you accomplish this feat, you'll become God. I mean, the fact that it's so difficult is just a testament to how true this must be, right?
Yes.
It's very difficult, and yeah, I'd have to assume watching that much would in fact make you God.
Does that mean that God didn't exist before the 1930s?
Yes. I mean, that's clearly evident.
Oh yeah, that's absolutely clear. Unless God resigned and then made that the new rule to becoming the new God.
Ooh, yeah, maybe. That would explain
Alright,
why this
so-
new god wants to make it so hard for you to get to his position. Or her. Could be anything.
Yeah.
Maybe God's a giant space heater. Who knows?
Maybe.
All right, so we're tied, and I guess this final question will be decisive unless you guys decide to agree for some reason, which is absolutely foolish. Because the only chance to get those sweet, sweet thank yous is to disagree on this next one. And I know you guys want to be thanked, right?
Yeah, I really need that right now.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so here we go. Strings are bad.
Fact.
Yeah, fact.
All right, I want you guys to explain your opinion on that.
Well, it's not an opinion. We said fact.
Yeah, Keo.
Okay, I mean your position on that, rather.
I mean, have you ever heard the term shooting string?
Yeah, an
That's really
objectively
gross.
bad term.
Yeah, it's awful. Not good.
Yeah, that is really gross. Is that your reasoning too, Swanson, or did you have another reason for strings being bad? Because you were really quick on that. You knew immediately the answer.
Oh, well,
to
my
that question.
reasoning for strings being bad was, think of who the first musician was. Satan. You know what he
Oh.
played? A stringed instrument.
Oh my god.
When you think about it, snakes are also strings.
Yeah, there's strings writhing around on the ground,
I
biting
guess-
you.
Well, I guess they're ropes, but ropes are a type of string.
It's true. They're sort of a connection of strings.
Okay, well, you guys have actually swayed me on that one. I was gonna say strings were good.
Here in TV Tuners, we're dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge.
Because, okay, let me tell you guys a story. 4 days ago, I found a string, and I played with it for like 10 straight minutes, and it was great.
Oh, man.
Like, I was spinning it around, twisting it, like, playing with it. It was great, but I was probably doing the devil's bidding by playing with that string, wasn't I?
That string was tempting you towards damnation.
You probably caused like 7 natural disasters, and they just haven't happened yet.
Oh, man. I feel really bad. So, you guys both get the point for that one, but you're still tied, so you both lose.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
And there was... And unfortunately, I forgot to mention that whoever doesn't win doesn't get invited to Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh!
Oh, man. Now Kio's gonna have to go catch that turkey all by himself.
What a
Yeah, you're not going to have that adventure with me. You're not going to enjoy the dinner. You're just going to have to sit outside in the cold.
This is why you can't trust mutants.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's a fact.
Yeah, no opinions necessary.
That's why we call this Factor Opinion. And now we're back to our regular scheduled program.
Alright, we watched a trailer, so you know what that means. It's time for Trailer Blazers. Hit the theme, Kiorein.
Yeah!
Oh, wow. Good theme. Trailer Blazers is where we watch the latest and greatest in trailers. This week we watched a trailer for Sci-Fi's original program, The Magicians, now entering its 4th season.
And A, they're not magicians. B,
Well,
they're basically X-Men.
Yeah, I guess, but what is superhero powers but essentially a form of magic?
Whoa, Swanson, that is not true. Superhero powers are often explained very scientifically.
Oh yeah, through like radioactive spiders.
Yeah, that's very scientific. Or maybe like a guy with ice powers fell into a vat of like liquid nitrogen, and now he's ice. That's science.
I feel like with magic, there's like a specific mechanic involved that's supernatural. Like in Sabrina the Teenage Witch, they're always making appeals to a dark power.
Yeah, that's true.
Or in other systems, you're doing runes.
I mean, I think this trailer does show them like reading from books and casting shit.
It just looks like they're using their mind to move stuff.
Well, I mean, I guess that's what a skilled magician would do. That's what Doctor Strange does. Well, I guess he does like hand shit, but he moves around.
Yeah,
his
using your
hands
mind
and says,
using your mind only is not really that magic-y. It doesn't feel right.
You know, maybe Stare has a point though, because they do reference the X-Men at the end of this trailer.
Oh yeah, because they're utterly shameless.
Yes. But the Magicians is pretty much as a concept Harry Potter, but they fuck. These magicians get wet.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of sex just happening off screen in Harry Potter.
I don't think that's legal in England.
Sex?
Yeah, I think the Tories outlawed that like 10 years ago.
No, I think sex still happens in England.
If you're British,
underground sex pits, though.
If you're British and attractive, hit me up.
All right. This trailer features a lot of people talking about the library, which I guess is like the evil...
Isn't that some other show?
The Librarians, that was a show.
Is this the same universe?
No, I don't think. But they keep talking about the library and how it's bad, and it seems like an anti-book message.
But there's nothing less ominous than like something called the library. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, like, what if it was called like the infirmary?
Oh, you go to the infirmary when bad stuff's happened to you. So yeah, that is kind of menacing. Like they should be like the collection agency or something.
That sounds menacing too.
Also, wasn't the Librarian show about a group of librarians who cover up supernatural stuff?
I think so. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
My dad did.
Yeah, they tried really hard to make this library sound ominous, but I don't think it worked. At least not for me.
They said it a bunch of times, and I was just like, oh, I guess that's the bad guy. But they keep saying it like they have like a bunch of late fees that they don't want to pay.
Oh, man. They got to fight Blockbuster Video.
I never returned my copy of Ace Ventura.
I have a confession to make. 2 years ago, I stole a copy of Twister on VHS.
Wow.
Oh my god, this is groundbreaking.
I have a confession of my own to make. I'm the Blockbuster police. I've been waiting all this time to catch you, you bastard.
Oh man, this is exciting. What's gonna happen next?
Oh, I can also do magic. Whoop.
Oh shit. I can't do that. I just work for Blockbuster.
Are they still paying you, Swanson?
I don't even get paid anymore.
I miss video rental stores.
I mean, some of them still exist, I think. I think there's one in my town still.
Oh, man.
It's usually
you have to go through some secret cabal to get to it?
I think so. It's in like the shadiest part of the neighborhood. So.
I think it's actually one in my community as well.
It's called Family Video, and the last time I heard anything about it, it got robbed.
Oh.
Would you watch a show about a secret video store?
like what?
Nothing it's in hiding or something?
Like a bunch of Silicon Tech Valley guys have established a dictatorship of the streaming services.
So the only way to get better deals on your TV shows is to find this secret location?
Yeah, just watch it on 480p DVDs.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'd watch that.
All right, well, let's write up a screenplay and pitch it.
All right,
they got those stupid cardboard cutouts for like the Phantom Menace, but behind them are but on the back of them are a bunch of Kevlar vests.
All right, so what about this television show?
I don't care.
No.
It looked fine. It looked generic.
It looked like she's gonna fuck a werewolf at some point.
It did look like there was a werewolf, and the lady was like, "Oh."
She was on her back, nude, or partially undressed.
Yeah. It does look like there's magic involved, and there's a library, and
it looks like something I get through half an episode of and then give up on.
What's it called? The Magician? If they're using actual magic,
it's called the Magicians. Plural.
Yeah. Why not call them the Wizards?
That's too generic.
Yeah.
Why not call them the Arcanicists?
Also, isn't wizard a gender specific term?
I think a girl can be a wizard in 2018.
You can be a female wizard.
I can't remember which one's the one that's a gender specific. Is it warlock? Maybe that's the gender specific one.
Warlock's like a neutral or evil.
They sometimes use it as a male counterpart to a witch, but a witch has its own connotation to it.
In conclusion, we live in a society.
true. We do, in fact, live in a society.
Mm.
All right. Well, that's it for Trailer Blazers. Let's get on to the main event. Ding, ding.
Do 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 do.
All right, yeah. This week
Hey
we
guys,
watched...
it's me, Tom Narco, from the hit television show Narcos.
Whoa.
Wow, what a get.
Tom, why don't you tell us about this great show we watched called Narcos, Mexico?
Well, it takes place in Mexico, and it follows narcotics criminals and the law enforcement following them.
What was your inspiration for the setting of Mexico? How did you come up
Well,
with it?
you see, I was looking at Mexico with binoculars, and I saw these...
Okay.
You have a problem with that?
No, go on.
I mean, usually people look at Mexico on a map.
No, I was looking at Mexico with binoculars, and I saw these criminals committing crime.
What sort of crimes?
Drug crimes.
Oh.
Like they're smoking?
Yes, and I just said to myself, I've got to make a show about this.
Well, thanks for being on, Tom.
Yeah, now get out.
Wait, you're kicking me out?
Get the fuck out, Tom.
I'll use
All
it.
right.
Don't tempt me. Go! Bang!
Wow, what a guy that Tom.
Yeah, good thing they fired off that warning shot to send him away.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what would
yeah,
you two
this
do without me? You'd lose like 4 viewers.
Yeah, at least.
I'd cry.
Yeah, so we're watching Narcos Mexico, which is a spin-off of sorts of Narcos. A companion piece.
Yeah, it's like a parallel side story. It's Narcos Gaiden.
Following the Guadalajara cartel and all the crazy antics they get up to.
Well, they do get. He does get into some antics, I guess, at the end of this episode.
That's a way of putting it, sure. We start off with this intro for. I'm glad that they brought back
a white guy.
Yeah, my favorite thing from the 2 seasons I watched of Narcos, which is a white guy narrating all of the stuff that happens to these people of color.
Yeah, in season 3 they got Pedro Pascal to narrate, which was a huge step up.
Yeah, but they also lost Pablo Escobar, which is a huge step down.
Yeah, in conclusion, we live in a society.
Yes, it's true. And you know who else lives in a society? The people of Mexico.
What?
Yeah, they live in a society.
Yeah, they got
Oh my god.
They have buildings and social institutions.
What a profound statement.
Yeah, I mean, oddly enough, it kind of is, which is depressing.
Well,
I mean, it depends on who's listening.
I'm just gonna let that slide.
It's a profound statement for some people.
Oh, you mean all of our alt-right viewers?
That's what I was going for, bud.
Yeah, we really need to stop advertising on those web rings.
Like we need to stop. We need to stop advertising the podcast on QAnon.
And
we got to get those dark web views, though.
Anyway, this white guy comes in and says, like, well, I can't really tell you what happened with the drug war, other than that it's a thing and it's happening. That's what's going on with the drug war.
That's pretty bad, I tell you what.
He comes in sounding like
it's very moralizing.
Yeah, he comes in sounding like John Wayne at like the end of a cowboy movie. Just, I tell you what, there ain't nothing but like this drug war that's happening now.
Do you want to shoot up some horse, Pilgrim?
He's not as southern as John Wayne, but he is as sobering.
Speaking of John Wayne, lots of cowboy hats this episode.
Yeah, I mean, that was all the rage in the 80s.
I was wearing a cowboy hat in the 80s.
Yeah, everyone wore cowboy hats back in the 80s. Yeah, so this
guy,
this narrator dude, he's introducing us He disappears for the rest of the episode pretty much, but for like the first 5 or 10 minutes, more like 5. First 5 minutes or so, he's there like heavy.
Yeah.
He's in our faces telling us what's happening.
Pretty much.
Some
to the point.
I think this is kind of redundant what he's telling us anyways.
This is my thing, is that like he keeps like restating things that like it feels like this, if the scenes had just played out a little bit more, it would have been self-evident on their own.
He's adding flavor.
This ain't your mama's drug war.
He's a chef sprinkling seasoning on the television program.
Stair brings up a good point, though. What's our mama's drug war like?
It's
like
it's not very violent, I'll tell you that much.
It's like that flashback in season 1 of Narcos where they're chasing the weed dealers. That's just fun hijinks instead of the guy pulling out a MAC-10.
Oh, I figured our mama's drug war was like Reefer Madness or something.
Oh, no, that's... Oh, man, that's almost as hardcore as Narcos, to be honest.
Well, that's true.
Our mama's drug war is finding like a little bag of weed in our bedroom and getting upset about it.
Jonathan, what is this?
We are taking you to church right now.
Yeah, that's how our mama's drug war would go down.
Yeah.
Versus, guns and jumping around and doing ninja flips like.
Oh yes, all the ninja flips in this week's episode.
It was wild when those ninjas showed up.
Yeah, I did not know they had those in Mexico.
Well, where do you think they came from?
I'm just uninformed.
Where do you think they came from, Gio?
Like Japan?
Oh, no. See, there's a difference between Eastern and Western ninjas.
See, I'm learning a lot today.
Yeah, the Eastern ninjas work for the cartel. Or I guess the Western ninjas.
I guess Japan's to the west of Mexico.
Yeah, but I've always heard Japan described as the East.
It is the land of the rising sun. Does that mean we're the land of the setting sun?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound good.
Well, that's why no one says that. But yeah, this we open up on this guy riding his bike along. Wait, is that how we open up?
No, we open up on that white dude monologuing while our protagonist, ostensibly Kiki Cameron, is taken to a narco place at gunpoint and tied to a chair.
And he's like, bet you wonder how I got in this situation. And
yeah, and then Teenage Wasteland starts playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anybody who actually watched Narcos knows what's going to happen to that dude, because...
Or anyone who's like, can look up the guy's name.
Yeah.
Like me.
Why'd you do that?
You don't want to be spoiled, Swanson. Be a good television viewer.
Well, spoilers for this season of Narcos. Bad things happen to this guy.
Okay, well, I guess the narrator does say that this is not going to have a happy ending.
It's true. He does condition you to, and he's right. It does not have a happy ending. Far from it.
How many well-documented crime stories have happy endings?
I guess Narcos Season 2.
Is that a happy ending?
Well, those guys seemed happy when they shot Pablo.
Yeah, because they got control of the Empire.
Yeah. No, I meant... Yeah.
Oh, you mean the agents?
I meant the actual soldiers who shot him.
Yeah, they were probably happy.
Yeah.
You know who else was happy about that? Hank Schrader, when he read that book about them.
Is someone being responsible for a bunch of deaths and then dying really a happy ending, or is it just a conclusion?
I don't know. What I do know is that book implies that U.S. Special Forces actually killed Pablo and not the Colombian Army.
Which is inaccurate, or...
I don't know.
Oh, all right.
I wasn't there, man.
Are you sure?
Let's move on.
Oh, interesting.
He was there. He's in on the conspiracy.
Yeah. So this narrator dude continues talking some more, and he's more like a narcorator. Am I right?
Yeah.
He's talking about like, oh yeah, weed. And nowadays you can get weed anywhere. He's like, I don't agree with it.
The average American is 20% weed.
He's like, I don't agree with it. They say it's a gateway drug, and that's true. It's like, what? Is this sponsored by the DEA?
I don't think you need weed to get hooked on opioids. Like most Americans are doing nowadays. Oh no.
Well, you clearly don't. Yeah. So we move on to some farmers, some people farming on the land.
Yeah, that's the hardworking people, the hardworking weed farmers in Mexico.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they do look like they're working hard.
Yeah, and because they live out in the middle of nowhere, the army just shows up and burns everything for cheap political points.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great examination of why drugs are bad, right? That's what this is saying.
Yeah, well, there's that scene, where the soldier gets a whiff of the weed smoke and immediately tries to murder all of his comrades in arms, and has to be wrestled to death.
Yeah, that's what weed does to you, man.
Yeah, so this one guy runs away.
And hides in a church.
Yeah, and they're about ready to blow up this fucking church.
Well, yeah.
And, I mean, they're not going to blow it up, but they are probably going to...
Evil must be stopped at all costs. That's why they're so willing to machine gun everyone down.
So
if it was bad, God would stop it, right?
Yeah.
That's how it works. So this cop guy shows up and he's like, hey, man, it's a church. Don't blow this place up. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to get your guy. So he goes in there
and he gets,
the guy.
But then he goes home. It's revealed they're family men. And he's part of the weed growing operation.
Turns out he's one of the inside guys.
He's one of the inside men. Directed by Michael Mann.
He's one of the inside men. Directed by Spike Lee.
Oh, I'm thinking The Insider. Sorry, everyone.
Oh, I just thought there were two separate movies. Okay. So yes, this guy is
Felix Miguel Guadalajara. Guadalajara.
You tried.
Takanada.
Yeah, he's a guy with a lot of names. He's played by Diego Luna.
Yeah, he's got 3 names. 3!
3 whole names.
And I can only remember one of them.
Anyway, he's the guy from Rogue One.
Wow.
You know. That guy.
Donnie Yen!
Yeah. The pilot from Rogue One.
Donnie Yen!
Anyway, he's here, and he's like, I am a cop boy, but also I like drugs.
He's an ex-cop boy. He's a now drug boy.
Technically, he is an ex-cop who is now into drugs, but he still has that uniform and car.
Yeah.
He says he's ready to commit some crimes.
Yeah, but the show does kind of make it look like they're in the middle of nowhere, that part of Mexico, so yeah.
Well, the guy says as much, doesn't he?
Yeah. A little exposition heavy.
Yeah, I guess. The narrator does do a lot of the heavy lifting for all of that part.
Also, he has a really hot wife.
Yeah, Narcos continues its tradition of really only having female characters when they're in relation to the main male leads.
Yeah.
Because the only 2 female characters who show up in this are both of the male leads' wives. And they show up to be like, you're a good man doing good things.
You're a good man doing good crime.
Well, for Kiki's not doing crime.
Oh, yeah. When you think about it, the police are the biggest gang of them all.
Makes you think. Anyway,
That's
we go.
To think about by the fireplace.
Let's sit and have a thought.
Anyways, we cut to Kiki, who's doing an undercover sting.
Well, we don't know that right away, but yeah.
Well, I mean, we saw him at the... Well, if you know who Kiki is, then yeah, you know.
Some of us don't know who Kiki is, Stairmaster.
Well,
some of us had to look it up. And then found out the horrible truth.
Yeah.
Some of us haven't watched the first season of Narcos in 3 years, Stairmaster.
Am I supposed to be like some kind of Narcos encyclopedia?
Yes, you're supposed.
A Narcopedia?
Yeah, I made you the system operator of the Narcos lore wiki for a reason, Keo.
Well, no wonder it's falling apart. I didn't even know.
All the Pablo Escobar article says is I love gay penises over and over.
Well, can you disprove it?
Well, you told me it needed to have at least 1,000 words. I didn't know what to write, so...
Fair enough.
So yeah, we get to Kiki, and he's trying to prove to this guy that he knows what's up. He's no cop. So he turns up the radio real loud and points a gun at his head.
Yes. Well, yeah, someone pointing.
And then he breaks into this, 5-minute long dance session where he somehow proves through dance that he's not a cop. I didn't really understand that sequence.
Yeah, and then he ends it by saying, "I'm so excited," and it doesn't make any sense. It's just real weird.
It's the time of our lives.
But yeah.
Anyway, he's got him convinced, and he's got a setup to get hooked up with our main supplier of weed. And then
his gambit goes.
His
gambit goes so well that they're just like, "Yeah, you're gonna just have total access. You're in, buddy. You're in."
Yeah, they believed his dance so thoroughly that they were like, "Well, with a man with this kind of conviction and sick moves."
They invited him to their group body break.
Yeah, yes, they're gonna body rock with him.
Oh shit.
But yeah, they get busted by the local police department, who was completely out of the loop and ruined everything. Yeah, and also are vaguely racist.
Vaguely?
Yeah, in that vague way that everybody was a racist in the 80s.
The vague way in which he says he can't tell the good hombres apart from the bad hombres.
In which he gets rightly punched in the face. Presumably for no consequence to Kiki.
He's DEA, man.
Well, as the narrator will helpfully tell you, back in the 80s, the DEA weren't nothing. This narrator goes through a sob story of the DEA.
Oh, there's too many women in the NYPD and not enough in the DEA. Not enough men.
He goes through this sad story of can you believe that at one point in time the DEA weren't an extremely powerful force?
Yeah.
That we definitely need to put a whole bunch of resources into because we need this drug war going.
We need at least 2 fighter jets.
Maybe a tank or 5. Anyway, so Kiki is talking to his boss boy.
He's not getting where he wants career-wise, so he decides to move to the Mexico station. There's a bunch of stuff in the middle, but who cares?
Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff with his wife where he's at a game, and she's like, "You're a good guy," and he's like, "I know, I'm a man."
And let's go to Mexico. And
they agree to move to Mexico,
and they drive past Felix.
Yeah, almost as if that's ominously setting up something.
2 men linked by the thread of fate,
and also living in the same place.
Anyways, because of the Army's raid, Felix's drug boys are in trouble, so he suggests they move their operation over to Guadalcanal.
Yeah, is he what's he do for them?
I don't know, I think he's just one of the lieutenants, not Stringer Bell, more of a Weebay. I think it's a Weebay type in that organization.
Oh, okay.
He's a helper. He brings the donuts.
Because, it seems like that's pretty much the majority of his whole deal. Because he goes in there and he's like, "I got an idea," and everyone's like, "Yeah, well, your idea's stupid. We haven't even heard it yet. It's dumb. Bad idea."
Fuck off.
Yeah. There's this guy that he's hanging with, Don Nito. Is that right?
Yes.
Don Nito, because he's Nito.
Swanson, please.
He's Nito from Dark Souls.
You're upsetting me. Both of you.
What's up, Keo?
Your jokes are upsetting me. That's all I have to say.
Oh, okay.
He says, "I'm a Nito guy."
Now you're just attacking me.
Alexa, this is so sad. Play Don Nito.
All right,
let's end the podcast.
Okay, so yeah, this guy he suggests going to the Guadalajara. Yeah, he suggests doing that, and this guy's like, "Nah, none of that. They're gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
And they go to talk to these people who run Guadalajara.
Well, they talk to one guy who's got this one like ridiculous Beatles haircut.
He looks like a Lupin the Third cosplayer. So right. Yeah, they go to the city. He brings his brother along with him, the one he freed from.
Yeah, it was a big weed farmer.
Yeah,
he's a botanist.
He brings him along, and they meet this Lupin the Third cosplayer, and
this is a very powerful negotiation scene.
Yeah, he has a scene with him where he lays out his plan, and the guy's like, "I don't like that plan. That's a bad plan. You're a dumb boy.
Eat my ass."
Pretty much.
And then Felix is like, here's my counteroffer, and shoots him in the face.
Yeah, shoots him, in the face. He's dead.
He dies. He's dead.
He dies instantly, almost, some would say. Don Nito is like, the fuck is this?
And he runs away.
What, Keo?
So somehow this works out very well for our boy.
Well, yeah,
yes.
he lies blatantly to the secret police to arrest him. And that gets him in a conversation with the director.
Yeah, he sits there and waits. Meanwhile, he sent his brother to go find a map.
Yeah.
For some land.
Yeah.
And his brother comes back, and they wait for the police. And
they were looking for like an aquifer, weren't they?
Yeah. And the secret police find them.
Yeah, and then they take him in. They were gonna drag him into the ditch, but he made up this lie about saving the director of the secret police's life.
Yeah,
for his brother.
And he's apparently
hijinks ensue.
Yeah, the guy's the leader, the commander's apparently amused by this because he doesn't have a brother, which he reveals only after he's listened to the deal.
Yeah, it's a good business pitch because they got a good product. It's weed without the seed, so it takes up less volume.
Yeah, and he's apparently very happy with this. So this other guy who looks like a buffer, more angry Lupin the Third shows up,
and he gets shot by the secret police dude.
It's like you kill my brother. I'm gonna kill you next.
Yeah, that's what he talked like.
Dead.
That's how he sounded. And he gets shot in the face also by the guy. This commander guy looks like Doug Dimmadome. Looks like a Mexican version of Doug Dimmadome.
Oh man, who's Doug Dimmadome?
Yeah, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Keo, do you know what he's talking about?
Yeah, he's from the cartoon with the fairies.
You mean Doug?
No, Fairly Odd Parents.
Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Do you really not know what this is, there? Are you from our generation?
I don't remember that much about Fairly Odd Parents. I remember
he's not like a hard to remember character.
Please don't hurt me.
He repeats his name like 10 times every time he's on screen.
How can you?
To be fair, of all the things you remember, Fairly Odd Parents isn't like high up on my priorities.
Anyway, this guy looks like Doug Dimmadome
from that show. It would be the character whose whole thing is that everyone repeats his name over and over again because it's really long.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, that's Doug Dimmadome. I remember him.
There you go. Stairmaster's Epiphany.
The end. All right,
he was the guy with the cowboy hat. For the listeners at home, in case you didn't remember.
Yeah, he's the guy that looks like Rich Texan from The Simpsons.
Wow, that's real original. He's got a wrestling belt.
That's just a regular belt.
Oh,
it's just big. It's just big because it's just big because everything's big in Texas.
Anyway, did anything else happen on this episode besides drug dealing getting set in motion? They got a field in the desert, and that's where the weed's good.
So Don Nito's all like bummed out, or he's all like afraid, and then he backs away from this deal. When then the moment the dude gets shot in the face, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm totally in on this."
You can read the room.
Just joking.
It's just a prank.
I'm just pulling a Nito prank. Classic prank. The old Donster.
That's the classic Nito move.
So yeah, Nito becomes, I guess, like his trusted confidant now.
They're blood brothers now.
I guess literally, yes.
Yeah.
But he shows him they have a conversation that like no actual human would have, where he's like, "So what do you plan on doing?" He's like, "You gonna take the business?" And he's like, "I'm not in your business. I'm in the Empire business," because he's Walter White. And then it's him over a field. There's a subplot with Kiki where he's talking to where he gets.
Oh yeah, he goes to the bar.
Yeah, he gets in. He meets his boss, and his boss is like, "We don't really have any jurisdiction here."
And he meets Mexican Doug Dimtail and notices the blood on his shoe from shooting those people.
Well, yeah, everybody's had blood on. Who among us has not had blood on our shoes at one point or another?
Yeah, I keep my shoes real clean. I wear like those little bags over my feet when I'm shooting.
What about Japanese people who only commit murders indoors? They wouldn't have any blood on their shoes.
They'd have blood on
What if
their
they
socks.
were near the door?
Good point. Okay.
But yeah, he makes their acquaintance, I guess. It's a weird way of getting noticed, just pointing out that someone has blood on their shoes, and they're like, "That guy said I had blood on my shoes. Is he right? Check my shoes."
So, what do you boys think?
This is a tune out for Narcos.
Whoa, Kiorein.
Okay, we'll expand on that.
No, I liked it.
Oh.
Yeah, it was fine. It was good. I never watched season 3 of Narcos, but it was a fine introduction of the Mexico portion.
Yeah, I think it's more interesting than season 3's pilot. I can't barely remember what happened in the first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got the up and coming guy, you got the rag to riches tale, which is interesting, compared to season 3, which had the guys already on top.
Also,
season 3, it was just like people were getting ready for bed, and it was like sleepy time.
Yes, exactly.
Was there anyone in there other than Pedro Pascal, really?
No, not really.
Because part of my enjoyment is that Kiki is played by Michael Pena, who is a respected actor. And Diego Luna is playing the guy with 3 names.
Michael?
Felix Gallardo.
Yeah, I think he's also got like a nickname Angel that people call him by. But
yeah, they're two highly touted actors doing good things.
So we'll probably only have one scene together this entire season.
I would assume that's the only time, yes.
Where the bad stuff happens.
But it's all leading up to that. Anyway, this is a tune in for Narcos Mexico.
I've got one question. Is this show going into space or no?
Well, that's where the drugs are right now, so presumably.
I can't tell you how this story ends. I can't even tell you if it has an ending. But I do know it involves the moon.
That's why, little known fact, that's why Ronald Reagan wanted that Star Wars program. He knew drugs were on the moon.
He wanted them for himself.
Yeah. I need those moon drugs, Mommy.
They're hiding the smack from me. I know it. That George fella. He's been hoarding it for himself.
I know George is hiding all the weed, Mommy. All right, so yeah, that's it for this week's episode of TV Tuners. If you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights, otherwise, you can send them to us at our email address, tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kiorein?
email@email.com.
That's right.
Yeah.
You can also find us on Twitter. I'm on Twitter @Jesse Swanson.
I'm on Twitter @Stairmaster2.
I'm on Twitter @Sleepy'sOfficial.
Whoa.
Wow.
I mean, Crackling Kiorein. I mean, real Kiorein.
Which one is it, bud?
If I'm on my phone, it's Crackling, and if I'm on my computer, it's real.
So follow both. And you can also follow the podcast itself @TV Tuners. And you can use the hashtag TV Tuners, and we'll give a glance at what you're saying.
Or
if you know my Twitter password, please send it to me.
Yes. Also, you can use the hashtag Show Me That Dick Dong if you want CBS to show that dick dong.
Yeah, we're still advocating for that idea. It's not,
despite not having watched any more of that show.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's about it for this week's episode. Make sure you follow and subscribe us on all of your favorite podcasting apps. We're on iTunes, Google, Stitcher Play, or Stitcher, Google Play, and all that jazz. And give us money. Just find a way.
Send me some strings.
Ew.
No, not that kind of string.
It's in the episode already.
And that's the end of this episode. Fuck Stairmaster.
Oh!
It's over.
My skin feels good.
You like that dick?